Yo, let's get the business.
Yo, let's get to business. Nice to have you, Coach.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Man, I'm just excited and thrilled to have you. You was bucket list. I had to have you on here. I had to call on the hoop gods. I got to let me get Steve in here. He's splashing and dashing with the best. But just to introduce you, smooth, charismatic, intellectual, competitive, positive energy and vibration. You're relatable to a lot of players. Cool, calm, and collective. Sharpshooter, high communication skills. You're very family oriented. Fun to be around, relentless work ethic, winner's mentality, major accolades, accomplishments, and milestones. You already know that. Respected and deep admiration for the game of basketball, of course. And, you've had a large number of spectacular talent under the helm of you coaching. Players gravitating toward you and because you got that cool personality, you know what I mean? And charm, collectiveness, inclusiveness, the hospitality that your family has, I admire that a lot. You have a lot of leadership qualities, transparency, both coaching and family. You played in the Big Ten. You played in the ACC. You know what I mean? That's a high competitive level to my understanding. Because I grew up watching basketball when you were playing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Watching ball in the 90s and, the early 2000s and all that. So,
ladies and gentlemen,
all the way locked in. Steve Lepore. Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Yeah. Hey, I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right, man. It's almost fall time, so yeah, it puts me in a good mood. It's my favorite season.
Me too. Me too, man.
Yeah, you like fall? Yeah.
Football and basketball, man.
Yeah, it's that season. Yeah. I smell football in the air. Definitely smell basketball coming. I'm sure you're prepping up for the new upcoming season. So, associate's head basketball coach. So early off, growing up, just how was it? First off, geographically, you're from Cleveland, right?
Yeah, I grew up. Well, my whole family is from Pittsburgh. Both my mom and my dad.
Oh, you from the Pit?
From Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I was born there.
Yeah.
But I never actually lived there. We moved around a little bit when we were younger.
Yeah.
We lived in Youngstown, which is about halfway between Pittsburgh and Cleveland, and then we moved to Butler, Pennsylvania for 2 years, which is just north of Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. But when I was 10, we moved to Cleveland, and then we stayed there, ever since. So
interesting area.
Yeah, moved around a lot, and
LeBron country.
Yes, sir. Yeah. It's and for some reason I grew up a Browns fan.
I was about to say, speaking of the Browns, they almost just pulled it off.
They almost did.
They had all the momentum, bro.
If the kicker could have made an extra point or a field goal, we probably win the game. But
because they was sacking Sloppy Joe all over the place.
They were, and I got a lot of friends here that are Bengals fans. So I got to hear it from.
You got to give a hard time, bro.
I got to hear it from them now, but. But yeah, no, I mean it's so I ended up growing up there in Cleveland from the time I was 10 years old.
Awesome.
And I had a good time there.
Competitive area, I'm sure.
Extremely. Yeah, I mean it's Ohio's unlike Kentucky, it's a basketball state,
Right.
I'm sorry, it's a football state.
Football, right.
It's all about football, and that's that was kind of like my first love was football, but they love their sports though.
Oh, absolutely.
My wife, being from Georgetown, and she's a Kentucky fan.
Yeah.
Now an EKU fan, obviously, but she understood the importance of sports.
Yes.
And Browns fans are the same way. I think that we just don't have as much success as Kentucky, but as far as passion and loving sports, that was a big part of my childhood.
Shout out to Carrie. You said she understood quickly, didn't she?
She didn't think that the Browns fans were as passionate as Kentucky fans until we went to a couple of games. And
I can understand how she maybe thought that or had that perception.
Yeah.
But they're still crazy about the sports now.
Oh, they
Jim Brown played there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they just sports are really important, and they end up being very important to me in my life and my brother as well. I have one older brother who played football at the Navy, so just something we just did.
Yeah, I'm a football guy too. So when LeBron won that championship, it was unbelievable. That was on another level up there.
It really was.
It was electrifying.
My whole family being from Pittsburgh, they've won they've won plenty of championships. But then to finally experience it with the Cavs and me being a basketball guy, it was awesome.
Long time coming. Yeah. So you was always interested in basketball, sports in general? Yeah,
I mean, growing up, I played football, I played baseball, played basketball, played soccer when I was younger. But as I got to like 12 years old, I started playing on the AAU team and basketball. I just kind of was better at that than football. I still played football up until like 9th grade.
Awesome.
But as my basketball, that was when I had to make that decision.
Right.
Going in my freshman year because football started, during summertime when all of our AAU games were. And I just decided, I actually went out for the football team late because I played my AAU season out. And I got there like 2 or 3 weeks late, and they put me. They're like, "Yeah, you can still play," but I was like 4th string, whatever position I was. I did it for a day, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna dedicate everything to basketball. And
football is almost year round. Like they start practicing January, February.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough in basketball season. Just I just had more success with basketball, so I kind of fell in love with it. From that point on.
Awesome, man. And then leave the court, man.
Yep.
So you have some major mentors coming up that drop some gems on you on the way?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would say number one, my dad, who was a Sears store manager. So, I mean, he taught me a lot about,
awesome.
I mean, just life in general.
Yeah.
But especially being a leader and how to work hard, how to handle yourself.
Yes.
I do remember he would come to a lot of our AAU games. He didn't know much about basketball. His sport was baseball.
Right.
And he coached us in baseball when he could, and then he would come to a lot of our basketball games, and he was one of the coaches because he would just keep scoring and help guys, drive guys to games. But he was just more. He never really talked to me about the X's and O's of basketball because he didn't know it that well. But he would always talk about playing hard.
Baseball guy.
Yeah. So I mean, if I wasn't playing hard, then he was upset with me, or like that was the standard. You had to play hard.
So it was a work ethic thing and an effort thing that he really pinpointed.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And so I learned a ton from him, just from being around him as much as I was able to. He would, even when I went to college, he would come to my games at Northwestern or even at Wake Forest, and these are 5, 6, 7 hour drives.
Steve, pick it up.
But he would be at the games, and he had to be back at work the next day.
So he drove all the way from there to Wake Forest.
He would do it. I mean, he didn't do it like every single game, but the support was there, and the big thing was with people that he worked with. It was. He was so proud of his boys because, like I said, my brother played football at Navy, so he's always, making sure he could get to their games.
Army and Navy, games. Man, they got one heck of a rivalry.
It was. I got to experience it, when he played, and
that's awesome.
It's special. It's special.
The sports family going through and through, basically.
100%. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean,
man. I love being around people like that. Man. It's just sporty, the energy. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So much fun, man. So, who's your top inspirations coming up? Of course, your father, which he played baseball. But who were some of your top inspirations as far as players that you looked at and you mimicked and you're like, oh man, like they were just so inspirational?
I mean, Larry Bird was my favorite player growing up. Yeah, I mean, I remember, I used to, I was born in 1980, so like they didn't have 10 games on every night. They had like 1 or 2 a week or whatever it was. But whenever his games would come on, I remember every once in a while his games would come on either NBC on Sundays or on TNT during the week. And I used to stat his games on my own just because I just wanted to, I just love Larry Bird. I read one of his books, and that really got me going into basketball.
Oh, he was unreal.
And so he was, as far as players go, it was definitely Larry Bird, and I loved his ability to shoot the ball.
Yes, French leg.
But he could pass too. And the other thing too that
absolutely
I really enjoyed was he talked a lot of trash.
Definitely.
And so I ended up doing that as a player.
Yeah.
And sometimes my parents or people around me liked that, and some people didn't. But I think
it was a confidence thing, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, you had to. You can't talk trash and not back it up. So,
but you're right, Larry. He'll tell you what he's getting ready to do before he does it.
Yeah, and I still listen to stuff on YouTube now about like the older players telling Larry Bird stories. So, yeah, he was definitely my biggest inspiration.
Doggy dog, man.
Yeah,
he's dog.
Yeah.
So, who was your favorite besides the coaches that you played for? Which we'll get to that a little later. Who the coaches that inspired you?
Phil Jackson's one of my favorite coaches. Yeah,
championship coach, baby.
Yeah, and for the way he approaches things, I thought he was a little different. With I read a couple of his books, and it was talking about he had his guys doing yoga, and he had them meditating, and he had different ways of trying to motivate guys. I was never, although I played for a couple of guys that are big yelling guys, like getting on their guys.
Yeah.
I think you can still get on your players without having to yell
Absolutely.
at them. But there are definitely times when you need to yell at them.
He is a good example of that, though.
Yeah.
He seemed pretty calm.
He was
for the most
different,
part.
and I think a lot of people, sometimes the criticism for him is, well, of course he's going to win NBA championships. He had the best players, but I don't think it's easy to. I don't think it's always about who has the most talent.
It's not, because when MJ first got to Chicago, there was some ups and downs.
Yeah,
he had to learn how to build team camaraderie and things of that nature. So that was a challenge.
And he just and then he did it all over again with Kobe and Shaq.
Absolutely.
And so it's but he was always one of my favorite coaches as far as like when I was younger, and then Greg Popovich too. I love how his teams play. How they just
love Pop.
They never had a superstar. And
speaking of Pop, you playing at Wake Forest. How many times did you hear Tim Duncan's name or Chris Paul?
Well, he actually. So both of those guys, like Tim Duncan, came back to campus one time. When I was at Wake Forest, and he played with us. So really, he played pickups with us. Yeah, he came and played pickup with us and
going off the glass.
I mean, he did. Oh, he was doing it all. He was just making it look easy. But he was the thing I remember about him is his arms were so long.
Good God!
I mean, he's a 7-footer, but it was just. He was. You don't realize how big those guys in the NBA are until you're like up and close and personal with them.
And his shoulders.
Yeah, but quiet dude. Came back once, and then Chris Paul. Chris Paul came in. He would have been the year I graduated. If I would have played one more year, he would have been a freshman.
Right.
So like when he was a sophomore, when he was a junior in high school, he lived like 10 minutes away from campus.
Oh, really? That close?
So we saw him, when he was younger, and then I remember one time he came up and played with us. Yeah. And we're like, who's this little dude, man? And he's only a junior in high school. And then after we got done playing, I was like, that dude's pretty good.
Quickness, nasty.
Oh man,
handles.
The thing he had better than I've probably seen anybody else was his ability to stop and start.
Oh yeah,
just changing pace.
Yeah,
under control.
Yes,
and he was quick. He wasn't like lightning quick, but when he stopped and then he just got into that next gear.
With the control quick.
He could get by anybody.
Body control.
Yeah. So we were kind of sandwiched in between those two guys. But Josh Howard was my roommate.
Josh Howard.
ACC Player of the Year.
He was nasty nice.
I think he was also the Defensive Player of the Year.
Woo, man, you can't slap. I remember Josh Howard. Played for the Mavericks later.
Yeah, played for the Mavericks. Was an All-Star. They went to the finals.
Superb athlete.
I mean, he was unreal, man.
Good God. Jump out the gym.
Yeah, he was unreal.
Shout out to them, man. So after college experience in professional ball, overseas, the USA Basketball Junior World Championship team, shooting guard in 1998, 99, you all won the gold medal in the Dominican Republic?
We did in a qualifying round. So that's just North America and South America.
Right.
And we blew out most of the teams. Argentina was pretty good, but the rest of the teams, like Canada, Puerto Rico, and those type of teams, we ran through them. And then that was the qualifier for the next year. So we went the next year and we played in Portugal. And we lost in the gold medal game. And honestly, I mean, Spain had a good team.
Spain?
Spain beat us. They had some guys. I still think we should.
Oh man, y'all squad was loaded.
Yeah, there was like 9 or 10 guys that ended up playing pretty long careers in the NBA. So, what an unbelievable experience.
Man, y'all played a lot of basketball though.
Yeah.
People don't understand how tough it is to really win a title.
Yeah,
I mean, everything has to go correct for you.
You got to stay healthy. You got to stay out of foul trouble.
Everything.
You got to, winning championships is very, very hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So starting college in Northwestern, you playing for the Wildcats 98 to 2000 before transferring to Wake Forest. Playing for the Demon Deacons from 01 to 03 under Dave Odom.
Yep.
And then Skip Prosser after that, after Odom left.
Correct.
And you were named co-captain of 02 and 03 ACC regular season championship team.
Yep.
That's a nice accolade. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, that had a lot to do with Josh Howard being on the team.
Hey.
He was the other captain, but it was more like he was. I mean, obviously he was the player of the year.
Absolutely.
But he and I were the two seniors. So I was more. I tell people sometimes that's kind of when my coaching career started, because going into that year, I tore my patella tendon in the ACC tournament the year before.
And then bounce back.
So going in, I probably shouldn't have come back so quickly, but I was just like, I don't want to sit out another year, because when you transfer, you had to sit out a year back.
Oh, that's tough.
So I could have sat out another year and took the medical red shirt, but I was like, no, I'm just gonna attack my rehab and come back earlier.
Physical therapy?
And, we had to do it every day, and I came back and played, but I got like halfway through the season, and it wasn't holding up anymore. But so that's what kind of started my coaching career, because it was like, I'm the other senior of the team. I'm a co-captain, and how can I help this team win? So I started watching film with the younger guys, started taking them through drills, and started doing stuff that coaches do.
Right.
And we ended up winning the regular season and got a 2 seed in the tournament, and then just lost in the second round. But it was, man, that was an unbelievable. We went undefeated at home that year, and it was. I mean, talk about fun.
That's amazing,
like
man.
Sellouts every game. And people going crazy. Yeah.
Good God Almighty.
Awesome.
We're talking about the ACC then. I mean,
right. It's different now.
There was some dogs in the ACC.
Yeah.
It was Jason Williams at Duke then?
Jason Williams. The first year I was there 3 years because I had to sit out 1 year.
Yeah.
I played two at Northwestern. I transferred there. First year I go there. I believe Duke won it, and then the next year Maryland won it.
Yes.
And then the next year it was just the only team those years that traditionally was really good was Carolina. Was down those couple of years. They weren't like the Carolina that, of old, but I mean Duke with Jay Williams.
Oh, good God Almighty!
That Maryland teams, they had Steve Blake, Juan Dixon, Lonnie Baxter. I mean, they had it was like every team had like 5-6 NBA guys. Well, it was big time basketball.
And then you had coach. You played under Jim Boehiem on the.
I did.
On that team.
Yeah, and he was
a legendary coach, man.
He was
Jim
awesome,
laid back in it.
He was very late. So we did like we had you go to a tryout, and then once you make the team, we went to Syracuse for it was like a week, and it was just practice. We're putting everything together. I remember we went to they took us down to a Yankee game, so they were taking care of us. So then we go down to it was the Dominican Republic, and we're playing the tournament. And first game we're playing, we're up by like 28 at half. And right before the half, one of the guys, and I think it was Quentin Richardson was one of the starters. He came down and he threw up a lob. I think it was him or somebody threw it to him. I don't remember, but and we didn't finish the lob.
Quentin Richardson,
and Mike Miller was on that team, and
Mike Miller,
Jason Gardner was the starting point guard. Steve Blake was on the team, didn't even start.
Steve Blake, yes.
I mean, there was.
That's some guys.
I mean, it was loaded, and he comes in at halftime, and we're thinking like, everything's going the way it's supposed to be, and he just went off on us for like 5 minutes. Like we don't throw lobs, and that's not how we. I mean, didn't say one word about us being up 28, and we were all like, oh.
So he's like a bursting time bomb, right? Like,
I mean, I think it was different because this was Team USA, and we're not his players. They choose the team, and then he had us for a week. Yeah, and then we're playing in a tournament, so. It's a little bit of a different scenario for us. Like, can you get on guys, or how do you approach them? But we end up beating everybody in that tournament pretty handily. So it was a great experience to learn from him, to like go through practices with him. And
he's old school, man.
Yeah,
he got the glasses and the mystique behind him.
He was one of the. I don't know if he is now, but he was like the all-time leader in wins in NCAA history for a certain period of time. I think he was before Krzyzewski. Yeah, or maybe he was like the active. When he was before those guys retired, he was like number one for a while.
And won a title.
Yeah, I mean, he coached for a long time, won a lot of games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was very fortunate that just to have the tryout to get on that team to play for a guy like that.
So tell me this, with all the competition that you played with, played against, who's one guy or teammate that brought that competitive nature out of you that made you work harder as a player?
I would say Josh Howard.
Yeah,
Josh Howard. Because, I mean, I had to guard him every day in practice, and I couldn't. I just couldn't guard him. And so, because he was just too quick. He was long.
He could jump
and
too, man.
His jump was, his second jump was the quickest second jump I'd ever seen. Like, I would shot fake him, and he would go for it a lot. And I was like, I got him. And then I'd take a side dribble, and then he would come back and still block a shot because he was just so quick. And so, I learned early on I wasn't, I had to do something to try to compete with him, so I tried to get more physical with him
to accommodate.
And he didn't like that, and I finally found something that he didn't like, but I think it frustrated him a little bit first, but and I was fouling him a lot. And that was all I could do.
I like that though. When you get your chest in somebody, and you know what I mean, it makes it different.
But also come from the Big Ten, back then it was like, I mean, everybody was physical, and it was much more of a half-court league. And the ACC at that time was much more like what the NBA is like now. It was free, it was flowing, it was more athletic. Yeah. So I brought some of that to the team. And, we had a lot of battles every day in practice, but we made each other a lot better. But he was just he was extremely competitive. He played hard as hell.
Yeah.
And he was extremely talented on top of all that stuff.
So he had the
I mean,
tools.
the only thing he didn't have, like when he was in college, is he wasn't a great shooter at first, but then once he started working on that, you know, he was able to make jump shots too. Then he was
a complete player.
You were at his mercy.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing
A
you
true
could do.
pro, millionaire.
Yeah.
You joined Eastern Kentucky in May 2018 as an assistant, and then 2023 and 24 Atlantic Sun Conference regular season championship.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
17-4 overall, 12-4 in the conference, which was the first regular season conference title for the Colonels in 45 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And that shows you. So I mean, the way college basketball is usually the team that goes to the tournament. You know, that's the big accomplishment, and obviously that's our goal too. But to win a regular season championship is a lot harder. 18 games. You know, well, some of them are 16, some are 18, some are 20. But over the course of the whole conference play, like you said, it hadn't happened in 45 years.
Right.
And we had a team that was. You know, a couple guys could have went into the portal. They could have had opportunities to go to the higher level or make some more money, and they all decided to stay. Yeah. And you know, it was a special group, and we went 12-0 at home.
Awesome.
You know, and that's, you know, you go 12-0 at home out of I think 18 games. Or it might have been 16 in that time.
It's a nice environment, man.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun.
Nice. Dating back to 1979, you know.
Yeah, that's great. Before I was even born. So
it was, So in 7 seasons as assistant coach, the Colonels, they broke 103 program records.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
I think a lot of it is like our Coach Hamilton's style of play. We press, we play fast, we shoot a lot of threes. Yeah. And you know, and you talk about another guy, work ethic and being relentless and being tough, and you know, he's instilled that into his players, and it's you know, like you can make mistakes, those type of things, those are going to happen, but the one thing we're not going to do is stop playing and stop playing hard.
Right.
And once you know, the team's going to take on the personality of the leader, and sometimes it takes some teams they pick it up quicker, and some teams take them a little bit longer, but once they pick that up, then it's, you know, then the records can happen, because it's a lot of it has to do with being in shape too, though, because we press.
Absolutely. So I was going to get to that full court press.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things. Ball pressure from every possession we're pressing. Now we may not trap every possession, but we're gonna press on every possession.
But make it tough for them to get it in.
Oh yeah. We have a goal of you know, we call them tough catches with that, and you know, we spend a lot of time on our press, but what it does to teams is that most teams aren't used to it. Right. So we're in better shape. We like to wear teams down, and you know, that type, but it also creates more possessions. Yeah. It creates more opportunities to score, to shoot more threes, to get more rebounds. It does. And so that's where those, you know, like the records come in.
Opens the floor up a little bit. Yeah. So you all like to get out and run a little bit as well.
Oh yeah. No, that's a big part of what we do.
So how does it feel just becoming a part of that monumental history? I mean, to me, that's a lot of successful moments. And I mean, obviously winning's your thing, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, so like when you're in it, I think we're just so like locked into what we're doing, and we're just so focused in on what's going on that season or that day or that week, that I don't reflect on it much, but you know, like when your career's over, you kind of look back on it and like, man, we did this, we did that, and how special that was, and how hard that is to do. You know, like when I think I really appreciated what I did in my playing career once I became a coach, and started recruiting and started seeing how many players actually are out there, and how many players want to play at the Division I level, Division I player, period.
Very tough.
But but same thing here, like how hard it is to win a championship. The longer you coach, the more you appreciate those successful seasons, because there's just so many factors that go into it.
Each year by year, you get more and more appreciative.
Yeah, I mean, you just that's the good and the bad about it. It's like you never know what's going to happen with your season. You never know what's going to happen with your guys.
Embracing the journey.
Yeah. And it's so unpredictable and fun, but you know, there's just nothing like game day.
Absolutely, you know? Man. I'm just a lover of it, man. And you're a competitive person, but I feel like you have fun too, or you want to play that much basketball.
Yeah, I think playing, you know, when I was playing in college and then when I played pro, there was a point where I kind of took it, you know, I got too serious, and I realized it was like, man, I'm putting in too much work to not have fun. Now, obviously, winning is, like, so, I think Coach Prosser used to say, you know how you spell fun? It's W-I-N.
I love that.
that type of stuff. It's
Shout out
always
to
a
Coach,
lot more.
man.
Yeah, it's always a lot more fun when you're winning. But as you go through it as a pro, when you become a pro, everybody's good, and it's hard to win every game. It's hard to, high school, you win a lot of games, and even we won a lot of games at Wake Forest. But I also my sophomore year at Northwestern, we won 5 games. So I mean, I've been a part of teams that won 5 games and part of teams that had win 26-5. Right. So you kind of understand. You learn to appreciate what goes into it. Yeah. You've been there. Then when you go pro, it's even harder. Yeah. And as a pro, you gotta go right back to, like, working out twice a day and putting up shots and going to practice and watching film. So it kind of takes off the the pressure of it, because it's just what you do every day. But then you got to have, like, if you're not having fun doing that, why am I doing all this? Why am I working out twice a day? Why am I getting extra shots up? So
there's a balance to it, right?
There is, but it's what's fun as a coach is, like, whether we win or lose, it's always more fun when you win, but you're not going to be perfect even when you win. You're going to find, all right, what do we do well? What do we need to work on? What do we do well offensively? What do we not do well offensively? Same thing defensively, and what adjustments do we need to make for this team? And maybe different than last year's team. That can help us take it, and then then you go into the next game, and how does that work against the other team and what they try to do? And
I feel like it's even a little bit more challenging now, because you have NIL, you have the transfer portal, and your team, I feel like it changes more year by year.
100%
now.
It does. And it changed quick too.
Yeah.
It was like 2 or 3 year period that completely changed how college basketball is.
The adjustments are definitely there, but what's helped Coach Hamilton a lot, and I was with him for 2 of those years. He'd been in Hargrave for 11 years. That's a prep school. What happens in a prep school is there's 13 to 15 guys on your roster, and every year, like, you got to bring in 11 to 13 guys every season,
every year. So they're used to it, right? And as a coaching staff, you get used to it, and so what you have to learn how to, like, bring in new guys, but you have to learn how to get them to play together and have chemistry very quickly.
Absolutely.
And so
within a short span of time.
Yeah. So I mean, Coach developed a system that it's like we don't get very in depth with what we do because you don't have time to.
You really don't.
So, like, what we're gonna here's what we're doing, and we're going to keep it pretty simple, and we're going to let the players play. But this is our system, and let's learn as soon as we can.
And develop some type of camaraderie off court.
Yeah, Coach does a phenomenal job with that. Yeah, the off the court stuff we do. So, and it's just become more and more important as we, progressed into this NIL. And
so now that you have zero returning starters. Clearly, you know what I mean, it'll be an undergoing rebuilding process. So what do you feel like will be the biggest challenge coming into this season?
We do have one. Our center will be coming back. Montavious Maverick will be coming back.
That's a good sign.
He had torn labrum, had to have surgery on it.
Oh, okay.
He played through it at the end of the year, but he had to have surgery on it, but he'll be coming back. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a challenge.
Absolutely.
It's something we're working through now. With it, but with a lot of new guys and learning a new system, but because that always kind of figures itself out. Right. As you go through the practices, you go through the exhibition games, the scrimmages, the cream kind of rises to the top, and then then you kind of figure it out. But sometimes with these new rosters, you may have a starting lineup in game 1, and then a different starting lineup in game 3, and then a different starting lineup in game 10. It's just kind of how it goes.
So it's like you're finding out more as you go.
Yeah, 100%. Especially more so now than in the past.
Than it ever has.
Where it was just, if you have the same guys for 4 years, then you can usually figure out, who your starters are, and who, you just know their roles before the season starts.
Absolutely.
A lot more.
And to mention this, I feel like it's even more on the professional level too. It's the same thing now. Yeah. Now that the leagues are more younger. Yeah. You may see this guy starting tonight, and then tomorrow. I mean, maybe not.
Look at you look at the finals. Like OKC they had their starting lineup, but they were deep. Yeah. And the Pacers, like, you didn't know who was gonna. Yeah. Every day could have been somebody different. So it's definitely different, and it's but just like those other things you're talking about in college basketball with NIL and transfer portal, you got to learn how to adjust to it.
You do.
That's
part of the game, right?
Yeah.
Because the reason why I mention it is because looking at last season, being so optimistic, y'all beat East Tennessee. You led Clemson by 4 with less than 13 minutes left in the game, and y'all almost beat Louisville. Louisville beat you all by a last-second shot. You know what I mean? And you went on the school's longest conference winning streak in 59 years, right? An 8-game ASUN winning streak, allowing the team to climb to the top of the league standings. So you all beat Lipscomb twice.
Yeah.
Right?
Who went
during that run. You know, so you also had 3 wins against 2 more postseason tournament teams. Florida Gulf Coast. Yeah. So just looking at it in an optimistic way, and being hopeful and excited about the upcoming season. So all the visitors transpired being super close to another conference title is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, close, man.
Yeah, and we lost the game on a half-court shot, too. So, I mean, you throw that in
Think
there.
about that.
Yeah.
That's a miracle.
But it was, you know, it's part of the game.
That's basketball, right?
It's part of the game. I mean, hopefully, obviously, you always say, like, hopefully we're not in that situation. It was a home game, and we didn't play our best in the first half. We came back the second half. We took a late lead, and then, you know, it's the game
of inches.
Yeah. But, you know, if we win that game, the way they did it last year was top 4 teams got a home game in a conference tournament.
Okay.
And we ended up finishing tied. It was a tiebreaker, and the tiebreaker gave Jacksonville the home game.
Jacksonville
and then we went
State.
down there, and then we lost to them. But if we win that game where the half-court shot happens, then we get the home game, and who knows what happens. But it's every year you can say that about a lot of games. If we make one or miss one or whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
But no, I felt like our team.
Just to have a chance.
We had a chance. I mean, you know, like we were. I think any of the top 5 or 6 teams in ASUN last year could have won it, but within a couple games of each other. With like Lipscomb, North Alabama, us, Florida Gulf Coast, and then Jacksonville was right there too. But you know, we had an injury to one of our starters, and you know, like sometimes those things hurt, but we still continue to win games.
Next man up, huh?
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
That's it.
So
that's the philosophy.
Yeah.
And you thrive as a coach on team defense intensity, to my understanding, because you are running, y'all were top in statistical defensive categories, my understanding, block shots being one of those. Yep. So I'm sure you all trying to rebuild and refocus on that, I'm sure. So what role did COVID change the trajectory as a coach? Because I know you coached through all that, and that was a tough period, especially for the collegiate level. Yeah. So, like dating back on it, what were some things that you had to adjust about the program, you and Hamilton?
Well, it was just weird, you know. It
was strange,
you know, unprecedented stuff. Like you're just not used to. You didn't know every day like what was going to happen, if you're going to be able to practice, or if you're going to be like even going into the games. Yeah. Everybody had to test, and then if somebody tests positive, then all right, he's out for the game, and then is his roommate out for the game because
he's next to him?
Yeah, and so you're going into the games just hoping and praying that like your guys don't have it, or the other team doesn't have it, where they get 6 or 7 guys out and then they don't want to play the game.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it was also interesting. It was like, I mean, from what I remember, it was like you go to a road game and certain teams had policies that were in certain conferences that like, this is how we test and this is what we have to do if guys are positive. Where other teams in other conferences, they're like, oh, we're going to test, but if you tested last week, then that test count. Right. So it was just so unpredictable of what was going on. And we actually, we had it happen to us, go like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 guys. There was one game where we had like 4 or 5 guys out and like 3 starters.
That's costly.
And we just still had to play the game. Yeah. And then they also were changing the schedule where if one team had too many guys with COVID and we had to cancel that game because, both teams agreed to cancel that game, then they rescheduled it. And we ended up going on like an 8-game road streak. Like, just not on purpose. It was because games had to get rescheduled. Yeah. And it was even weird. Like, we played the same team twice in 3 days.
So it just ended up angling itself that way.
Yeah, just so you didn't have to, like, travel. You could travel less and you could figure that out. So it was just a a season like you know, like everybody you've never had before.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I mean, like we're on the benches and we're this far apart from each other, and everybody's wearing a mask, and you can't, you know.
And then you got the ticket sales,
and there's no, like some schools will allow people to come into the seats and be 6 feet apart, and then some schools there was nobody there.
Some no.
So I think honestly, like, to answer your question, like the biggest thing actually from all that was like the difference between the energy of the crowd and when you play a game where it's just nobody in the stands.
I think that's pivotal. That's important.
I mean, especially in college basketball.
The energy, the intensity, the jubilation. I mean,
yeah, especially in college basketball.
Yeah, momentum.
Like, when in my opinion, you know, when you're a pro, you're a little more emotionally stable, and you can withstand the ups and downs because you know you're a pro. And you kind of figure out how to block out noise and still focus and be able to do your job. But when you're in college, I mean, I think that's why college basketball is so much fun to watch, because you never know what these kids are going to do.
Unpredictable.
But you know, home court advantage. Yeah. At some of these college places, like why, you know, Duke has won so many games over the years.
Absolutely. Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Oh, it's unreal. So, but then, you know, in COVID, when you didn't have anybody in the stands, it was just pure basketball. Yeah. And it was like, it felt like completely different.
It kind of leveled the playing field to pick up ball almost,
it did,
right?
Yeah. I mean, it definitely did. It even like watching the NBA Finals, you know, I remember watching that.
It was so different.
It was like, it almost, you know, like the Lakers won it, and, you know, LeBron and all that.
They call it the COVID title.
Like, it doesn't even count, you know. But, I mean, it still counts, but it was just a whole different feel.
It was, man. It was strange.
I'm not a big...
Slacks.
Slacks probably.
There you go.
Yeah.
You like me, you're more sporty, right?
Yeah, I'm all about comfort.
I almost pulled up in some gym shorts. I don't think anybody cares.
Yeah, you know I don't care. No, I'm all about being comfortable.
Yeah, you cool, calm, and collected, man.
I'm all about being comfortable.
What about charcoal or propane?
Probably propane.
There you go.
Yeah. I like to grill out.
Yeah, there we go. Your favorite restaurant or your home cooked meal?
Oh, it's Italian, like spaghetti and meatballs.
Absolutely.
So my dad's side's Italian. He used to make spaghetti and meatballs every Sunday. Yeah. Like every Sunday, made the sauce, made the meatballs, and so like that's kind of. And then when we would go to a funeral or a wedding or Christmas, no matter what the occasion was, we had spaghetti and meatballs.
That sounds tasty.
So that was, you know, I've always loved Italian food.
There you go.
So that's my number one.
Throw that garlic toast in there.
Oh yeah.
Get a crack-a-lack.
Yeah, garlic bread. I love bread.
Oh man, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
What about restaurants? You got a favorite around Richmond area?
I would say like to go out to eat, if we want to go to a nice restaurant, we like to go to Jeff Ruby's.
There you go.
And we actually just tried a real nice, it's actually right next to here, Italian restaurant. Frank and Dino's, I think is the name of it.
I love really Italian restaurants too, man.
It's like right next to
I'm one of them big foodie people, connoisseur.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. But in Richmond, I don't know. There's not really much. It's a lot of just chain restaurants. They're starting to put some new ones in there, though.
There you go.
They're starting to put some new ones in there. They're saying that Drake's is coming down there too. So.
There you go. Drake's has been expanding their locations. Recently. Yeah. So, you got a favorite place to travel in the off season?
I mean, going back home. You know, like my mom still lives up in Cleveland, and just seeing my friends, because being a basketball coach, you don't have a lot of free time.
Right.
So you know, going back, I try to get up there, you know, a couple times in the summer. But there's that, and then, you know, when the family vacations, always look forward to.
Got to fit one of those in per year, right?
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the family and Carrie. So you like early or late flights?
Early or late. Honestly, now I like early flights, because like like since COVID, I don't know when it changed, but it's like now it seems like you always you know have a higher chance of missing your flight or your connection or being delayed. If you go early in the morning and kind of get it out of the way, then there's a lesser chance of that happening.
There you go. There was a lot of mishaps with the planes there for a while. Yeah. It was getting a little spooky.
I think it was from COVID, and then they had troubles getting, you know, pilots and
they're still being affected by that, huh?
I mean, I just feel like it's different. You know, it used to be.
It changed a lot, man.
And we fly quite a bit, you know, for our job, for road games and for recruiting.
Figured out
but it's usually like, if I have to get there that day to watch a game, I usually try to get the early one. Yeah.
And when you still have some daytime, like, because at night, you know, you fly and it's like time to go sleep.
But I do not like getting up at like 3 a.m. You know, like you have to get up that or 4 a.m. just to get the flight. I try to avoid that at all costs.
That's the thing, getting there to get the early flight.
I don't like that.
The preparation.
Yeah, I like my sleep.
What about hotel or Airbnb?
Probably hotel.
There you go.
Hotel. Yeah.
I like that. So I got to ask you this. This is a petty one. Top 5 or 7 all-time dream team?
What, like guys on the dream team?
No, like period. Like, give me your top 5 basketball players.
Oh, my top 5?
Oh, yeah.
Jordan, number 1. LeBron, number 2. And then I'll go.
Get some 2 out the way real quick.
I'm going with Kobe. Then
I like that.
Kobe, number 3.
Number 3 is definitely.
And then after that, it's, I mean,
Larry?
they call me crazy, but I'm gonna put Joker in there.
Nah, what?
I'm putting Joker in there.
He's going ballistic out there.
I mean, he's just,
I've never seen a player like Jokic.
Oh, he's unbelievable.
Goodness gracious.
How he just makes it look easy.
The footwork, the touch.
Everything. Passing, shooting.
Good God almighty.
He's actually, and I didn't realize this year, he was like 3rd in the league in steals too.
Ugh.
And obviously he doesn't guard the ball very well, but I mean,
he is kind of Tim Duncan with the passes because you can throw the ball to Jokic and he's right there on the elbow and he's got decisions.
He's like a point guard. He's like the point guard, So I put him in there.
Yeah.
And then the 5th one.
Yeah, Jokic's nasty.
I'd have to go with Shaq.
Shaq Daddy Diesel. I feel like he's probably one of the most dominant of all time ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, he was.
He was different. People that didn't see Shaq like from this era,
don't understand.
They don't really understand.
And I used to argue with some other coaches about it was Shaq and Hakeem. Like who's the better basketball player? And Hakeem had more like basketball moves. Yeah. But Shaq was just dominant.
Hakeem was more skilled.
Yeah,
Shaq was
more skilled. But Shaq was so big and so strong. And in my opinion, he just they wouldn't give him calls because he was so big and so strong.
Because he's the tank.
But why does he get punished? Because he's bigger and stronger.
Right.
And like Allen Iverson was quicker than everybody.
Right.
But they like. It's not like they changed the calls because he's so much quicker than everybody.
He's lightning quick.
But
that's a good point, though.
If Shaq could make a free throw, who knows how many more points he would have averaged.
Good God.
And he was just, he was unstoppable.
And even at how big he is, sometimes he find a way to throw it in there.
Well, but he could move too, though.
Young Shaq.
I mean, he had spin moves. Yes. And they could throw lobs to him, and it wasn't like he wasn't skilled at all.
He was slamming people's body inside the goal.
He was dominant on both ends of the floor.
Right.
So that'd be my top 5.
I like that 5.
Yeah.
Especially Shaq at LSU, man. He was different.
Oh, yeah. Breaking backboards and big knee pads.
Running up and down the court like that. 7 foot.
He was unreal.
Whew. So, let's get to this. Players, they gravitate towards you, and I feel like they enjoy playing their hearts out for you because you give off a good energy. You're developing a well-rounded young man on and off the court. And you've always been a great recruiter, to my understanding. Legendary talents. Within the first 7 seasons, you had 11 all-conference selections, 3 all-freshman newcomer honorees, and 2 conference all-tournament picks. Yeah. So you've coached the multidimensional Isaiah Cozart, right? Mm-hmm. Montavious Myrick.
Yeah.
You had Devontae Blanton, 17 points a game, led the team in assists. He had an all-around game.
Yeah.
17, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
I mean, earned the first team all ASUN honors, candidate for the ASUN Player of the Year. And then you got George Kimball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Averaged 18. Led the team in steals. Well, almost 3 steals per game. So the kids want to play for you. So I'm confident about this rebuilding stage.
Yeah. I mean, the team we have this year.
Yeah.
Very excited about our team. I mean, we've got we have 9 new guys.
Yeah.
But we do have 5 returners, and that's huge, especially in this era of college basketball. But I can't wait to play a game just to see what these guys do when the lights come on, because I really do think there's a couple different stages. There's like the preseason. There's there's the summer. Then there's the preseason.
Yeah.
And then there's when it starts to count, and just that we got to go through some adversity together. Mm-hmm. We got to win some games together. We got to lose some games together, and then what happens? How do these guys react to that type of stuff? Because right now playing time hasn't been handed out.
Right.
So everybody's it's different. But no, having all the all conference players, I think a lot of that goes to it's everybody in the program. Mm-hmm. The players have to have talent. The coaches have to have connections with the players. Mm-hmm. We have to have the work ethic and the the hard work that goes into that. No, it doesn't matter how talented you are, you still got to learn how to hone your craft and come every day and get in the weight room 4 days a week and get extra shots up.
Yes.
Those type of things. But usually all conference players are on teams that are winning teams.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's all that stuff goes into getting those awards. And we've been fortunate enough to have that success. But all those guys you named, I mean, just great kids.
Absolutely.
You know, like there's a lot of talented players that are in Division I, but those kids, you know, like they listen and
coachable.
Exactly, and they put the work in, and they bought into our system, and they bought into, you know, running extra because we're going to press extra. And early in the year, it's not a lot of fun. Like right now, we're in conditioning with the guys. And we're building up, you know, and I'm sure some of them were like, I know they dread our conditioning days just like I did when I was a player.
Right.
But fast forward to 2 months from now, 3 months from now, when we're in the middle of the season and we're in better shape than the next team, then the game becomes a lot easier, and then the records start to happen and the winning starts to happen. So making our guys understand that, you know, Coach Hamilton's been able to, he can, you know, if you want to work hard and you have the talent, he can find a way to make you an all-conference player, and the proof is in the pudding.
They got faith in you too. They have faith and they have confidence in you. And just witnessing their growth and maturity, I'm sure that's gratifying.
Yeah, I know that's the best. That's one of the best things about coaching is you get these guys, and you know, a lot of times they're immature. Or I remember being at their age and, you know, being a player, and then a couple of years later, you can just see them getting better and better. And doing what they're supposed to do, and then getting rewarded for it. There's nothing like it.
How about QJ Peterson, 2017 first team All Southern Conference selection? Ended up playing professional basketball in Korea.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the hardest working kids I've ever been around.
Pretty cool, man.
I mean, very extremely athletic, extremely strong kid, but I mean, probably one of the hardest working guys I've ever been around. Competitive, motivated.
Yeah.
He's going to play for a really long time.
And you've helped compile the highest rating class in the internet recruiting era, to my understanding. EKU's 2022 class was ranked 65th in the country by 247 Sports. And that's higher than a lot of programs. Yeah. You know, South Carolina, Kansas State, Connecticut. You don't beat all those out recruiting.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that has to do with Coach Hamilton, because at the end of the day, you know, the assistants, we have to go find the guys and get them to come in, but they want to play. You know, it comes down to who they want to play for and who their head coach is, and you know, with the success he's had prior with his players and our ability to win, that shows a lot of, you know, when they see that, they come on campus like, oh, he had this guy. He's had, I think, 18 guys play in the NBA. Yeah. And then, you know, the all-conference players you mentioned.
The Mr. Kentucky basketball.
Yeah, Turner Buttrey. Yeah. And, you know, like, you know, when you're coming in as a freshman or as a transfer, it's like, all right, man, I've seen him do it before. Am I the next guy? Yeah. And, you know, and then we talk to him about how we're going to do this and how we do things. And Coach is a straightforward, honest guy, and we're gonna do it through working hard. I like that honesty. There's nothing magical about what we do other than we work really hard. So you know, we don't have any just crazy things that we do. It's consistent work. And
it's working. You and Coach Hamilton, I feel like y'all been alongside one another. And y'all have remarkable chemistry and good vibe. Like it's in the pudding.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so, I mean, we were roommates in college, so I mean, it was,
really?
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Hamilton, man.
We've known each other for a long time. But it's awesome, you know, to be able to play together. And I mean, I've been coming back to Kentucky, hanging out with him since we were in college together. So like, I've been a part of his family for a long time. We've been family for 20-some years.
Yeah, he's always got great things to say about you. Even on Google, I've seen he's got amazing quotes.
And it all started on the court. We love playing together too. Yeah. You know, we complemented each other's game really well, and then it just kind of went.
So what position did he play?
He was a point guard.
He was the point guard. He was the two? Yeah. So which one you feel more effective, ChatGPT or Google? You use both? I
just started using ChatGPT probably like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. But Carrie got me on it actually. She's on the phone a lot with her job. Yeah. But I just started using it. But I don't know, man. I mean, yet to be determined. But I like it though.
It's pretty wild, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's automatic too. As soon as you type something in ChatGPT, it's quick.
What about you, man?
I haven't decided yet. I'm kind of new to it with you. Okay. Yeah. I figure it was a good, cool question though. I got another petty one. One's got to go. Online shopping or tacos?
I'll probably go with tacos. Got to go. I love the convenience of online
Tacos
shopping.
got to get out of here.
I like literally when I have to go into a store and shop.
Yeah.
5 minutes in, I'm like ready to go.
I don't like it either.
I'm like very impatient with shopping. I don't know what it is.
I'm like that with you. I'm like that too, Steve. I get, and then I go in there. I don't know where I'm going. I'm trying to navigate.
It's frustrating. Yeah.
No, I'm the same aisle like 5 times.
yeah. Especially at the grocery store. So.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
So I noticed the program is very community driven. You know, you pop up at elementary schools, Lake Day at Cumberland. I seen that. AW Hamilton Elite Camp. But I want you to break down the major impact and significance of the Dream Big basketball camp, which was highlighted on Fox 56 Sports as a recent.
Yeah.
Elaborate on that camp and the significance of it.
Well, I mean, Coach does 4 of them a year. And
wow.
Yeah, he does two in Richmond and 2 in his hometown of Georgetown.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's awesome. I mean, like both of my daughters have been going to it for a couple of years, and my youngest she just turned 5. Mm-hmm. So, you know, he allows younger kids to come there because obviously it's, you know, they're going to learn basketball skills and they're going to do those type of things, but he's teaching them more about life and how to have fun than just basketball. And he does a number of things with them. He does a listening game called the Up Down game, and you know, I think if they don't remember if they only remember one thing from the whole week, they're going to learn how to become a better listener because of that game. They play every day to work on your listening skills, but he teaches them about there's a part of it where he allows them to come up and, you know, they spin a wheel and then they get to like shoot a 3 or something to win a prize. Mm-hmm. But one of the segments is, if you shoot the 3 and you make it, or you choose one of the EKU players to shoot the 3 and make it, you win the prize, but you can't keep it. You have to give it to somebody else. There you go. So just little things like that. Right. And I was at one of the last ones I was at. I saw one of the kids won it, and he actually won. He won like a gold chain, and you know, it was pretty, and all the kids were like, he's like, "Who do you want to give it to?" And he gave it to his older brother. And I was like, "Wow, I can't believe it." You know, I didn't think he would actually give it to his brother, but it was. Nice. Just those things. I remember going to camp when I was that age. Loved it. It was so much fun doing the competitions and meeting kids and all that stuff. So Coach loves it too. He's one of those head coaches. He's there the whole he's there the whole time. Some head coaches show up on the first day and then at the end of the last day, and they let everybody else handle the camp. Yeah. But he brings our guys in. Yeah. They come in pretty much every day. They do a dunk contest. They do a 3-point contest. So that's awesome for the kids to have a chance to get to know the players. And like you were saying, you saw my daughter dancing with our players. That was because at camp the players, they got to know them and they started learning each other's dances, and so the comfortability grew. Yeah, and when the kids get to know who the players are, they want to come watch them at the games. So I think it makes it a little bit, it really helps the community to want to learn who our new players are. Very impactful, man. And I like that. I like how they put that extra level because it is bigger than basketball. Yeah. Some of these kids may not even play sports when they grow up. So teaching them the simple acts of kindness and selflessness. No, Coach I love that. Yeah. Coach loves camp, man. He shout out to Coach Hamilton, man. I see him. He was emceeing the Casa Superhero Gala, raising money towards the abused and neglected. I thought that was just amazing. I had to highlight and pinpoint that. So, but on to this though, Carhartt or Nike? Oh, I'm Nike. I like that. Yeah. Bunch of Nike hoodies, got the Air Maxes, all that. Well, we're sponsored by Nike, so I was going to ask you that. Yeah. So I mean, when I was growing up playing ball, it was like, Nike was just it was the coolest thing to wear. Absolutely. The Air Maxes, the Jordans. Yeah. I had a pair of Pippins. But my first pair of shoes though were you meant the pump, the Reebok pumps. The D Browns. Yeah, the D Browns. The D Browns. And you had the Pippin with the air. I remember like it was yesterday. Like I thought I did it because I had the pumps. Oh, they were kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. But I had I had those. I never had Jordans when I was playing. But I had Pippen shoes, I had Barkley shoes, I had Penny Hardaway's. Yes. So like Penny was my guy. I was always a Nike guy growing up for sure. And then, now that we've been Nike for 2 or 3 years, I think this is our 3rd year. It's awesome. When the Barkleys and the Pennies, oh man. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to that sponsorship by Nike, man. I like it.
Yeah.
Do you eat chicken wings?
Oh, I love them. I love them.
Drums or flats?
It doesn't matter. Either one. I mean, if I had to choose one, I'm going with flats. But like, nah,
there you go.
I love chicken. In both my girls,
it's hilarious.
Them too.
Do they?
Oh yeah.
It's a hilarious question because people are like flats, drums.
All right, but no, I get it. Like, you know, and I'm just like, well, why are we discriminating here, man? They all taste good. You know, like if I go out with somebody that, you know, like my wife, or like she likes the flat ones, and I'm like, yeah, go ahead, I don't care.
She'll carry like the flat.
Yeah. I mean, like
it's like okay. Psychological chicken warfare.
Yeah, it's real though, man. Yeah. Like, people like love, you know,
it's a real thing.
Yeah, I don't. Whatever.
So, radio or podcast?
Oh, definitely podcast. Hey. I mean, I used, you know, like growing up, we would listen to the radio and hope the song came on. I used to like record, you know, certain songs so I could play them when I wanted to. But as I got older, I just love to. I like to read, but I very rarely like make time to do it. But I do spend a lot of time in the car. Right. So I love listening to podcasts. I love listening to
audio books.
Books in the car, or just, you know, like
sports radio.
Like I'll listen to that too. Yeah. I listen to a lot of Brown stuff because, you know, being away from Cleveland, I'd like to stay in the know on that. But I'm not. But I used to listen to even stuff on the NBA, like sports talk radio. Yeah. But I don't know. I get too frustrated.
You don't get
sometimes.
Too deep into it.
Yeah, I do, especially like. Some guys know what they're talking about, in my opinion. Some guys like, never even played sport, but they're talking sports. And I'm like, why am I listening to this guy about sports? He's never even played.
You can tell he's not even.
Yeah, but no, definitely podcasts and books and that type
absolutely,
of stuff.
Man. You like biographies and things of that nature? Documentaries?
I do. I mean, I do. I'm starting to enjoy that stuff more as I get older, to like realize, you know, like, oh, that's how he did that, and this is how, you know, she did that, or whatever it may be. But I was always big on like self-help stuff, on like you know, how self-improvement. Yeah, and whether it was just general stuff or physical stuff. I was a personal trainer, and I was always big on trying to be healthy. And my dad passed away of cancer. He had a brain tumor.
God bless.
So that changed me a lot as far as like how I want to approach my health. And so I listened to usually that some type of self-improvement, and as I got older, a lot of financial stuff too as well.
Me too, financial literacy, and definitely health, man. It changes. All this is one little episode. You're like, I got my gallbladder today.
No, I mean,
everything.
I mean, it's going to happen to all of us at some point. You know? I mean, something's going to happen. So you know, you got to learn. You got to learn about it.
So who you rocking with on this? The '96 Bulls or the 2015 Golden State Warriors?
Oh, the Bulls. Like
72 and 10.
I've been in arguments about this before. I'm not saying the Warriors aren't that good. No, I'm biased. I'm from Cleveland, and so I don't like the Warriors. No, I don't like the Bulls either, because they eliminated the Cavs. They were doing the same thing. But I just think now, I think that's two separate types of games. I mean, like the Warriors were shooting threes and moving the ball, and you were allowed to free flow, and you weren't. Everything was a foul in the NBA at that time, whereas the Bulls. Now they ran the triangle, and their offense was really good, but they were a physical team, and they had Scottie Pippen, and they had
Dennis Rodman.
They had guys that could defend. Yeah. And I don't think, if anybody thinks Draymond Green could guard Michael Jordan, they're kidding themselves. So who's going to guard Jordan? You know, who's going to guard Pippen? Who's going to? But
a lot of questions there.
I mean, now I'm not saying, you know, the Warriors were one of the best teams. They were really good, but. I mean,
so you think the changing of the way they called the game?
I think that has a lot to do with it. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But I mean, it's just hard to compare those eras, because it just is like Steph Curry is one of the greatest players of all time. It is tough. I'll say that Klay Thompson was unbelievable, and Draymond Green's a really good player.
It's a petty comparison.
And was that the year that they had KD too?
Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe.
You know, like, so I mean,
I know it was the 73-9 year.
Well, was that the year they lost to they lost to Cleveland. So, like, what are we even talking about here? You know, if they can't even beat Cleveland, there's no way they're beating the Bulls.
But see, that's the misconception. When they say they're 73-9 and they're 72-10.
I mean, but I'm not big on regular season. Like, regular season in the NBA there's you know, like there's too many games. There's too many games for them to play hard all the time.
Right. And
especially now with, like, you know, they're managing how many minutes they play, because they have to, because of the injuries. So that is, you know, the 73-9 is pretty crazy, but I'm take the Bulls, man.
You're right, because you even see superstars just sitting out whenever they
just don't play.
Yeah,
a game. Like, and Jordan would not. He would never just not play a game.
right.
You know,
and then playoffs, they're on
or
like,
any of those guys, Rodman and Pippen, yeah, all those guys. So,
like some players, you know, they're going to be back in playoffs. So, like, oh, there he is.
Yeah, they're just saving them. So,
So, what hobbies do you enjoy outside of basketball? Because you know your whole life's been basketball. But I'm sure you like to do things in the off season and when you get a long time, fishing, camping.
I mean,
golf.
Spend time with the family.
Absolutely.
But it's raising these two girls is awesome. Family, friends, and then personally, it's golf or working out. Those are the two things I love to do.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm pretty simple. It's golf, workout, basketball, family, friends. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
you got a group of guys that go out and play golf often?
It changes because my schedule is hard. I either got to play it real early in the morning or in the evenings, you know. So, you know, I had a guy on staff that we used to play quite a bit because we were kind of on the same schedule.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, there's plenty of people in Richmond or you know, and Carrie being from Georgetown, I have some friends that play golf. So it's just one of those whenever I can get around to it. But now that girls are playing sports too, it's tougher on the weekends because go to all their games and
I guarantee you,
it's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun watching.
Yeah, you got sporty kids now.
Oh yeah,
awesome. I got a daughter play soccer.
Yeah, we just came from. They both just played today. So.
There you go. So I had to do my research and learn about things. I'm still learning a little bit about the game.
Oh yeah.
I'm like you know, football, basketball, baseball, and all that.
I don't know all the rules about soccer. I just know I want them to play hard. That's all. I can play hard and have some fun.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get to business. Cornhole or horseshoes?
Probably cornhole. Cornhole. Yeah. Although my dad used to play, we used to play horseshoes. At like family events, we would, we used to play
horseshoes. Yeah, more old school games.
Yeah.
What about darts or pool?
Oh, pool all day long.
I bet you nice at pool, man.
I'm not bad. I'm getting better.
You're a good shooter, so
I'm getting better. I got some skill. But I had one growing up in my basement, so that helped a lot.
Yeah, you out there splashing the three, just like you in that pool, man. Yeah. So I like the A&W Hamilton Elite Camp. Yeah. Openings available right now for young players?
Yeah, well, we do it once a year, and it's usually in August, and we so we just had it.
Okay, so it just passed.
But this year he did one for middle school kids for the first time ever.
Cool.
And then we usually do one, and then we always do one for like high school kids, where you know we're bringing in recruits and we're trying to evaluate players. So it's a great opportunity to get on campus. See our facilities, and for us to evaluate.
Yeah, see some young players, young talents coming up.
Yeah.
Potential.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, guys get offers out of that deal. And
absolutely. You know, they start younger. I feel like the recruiting process gets younger and younger every year.
It does, yeah.
They got fourth graders.
Good to know who they are. Yeah.
So registration at open practice, and then you got to contact Isaiah Mentor.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, so he takes care of it.
That'll be next year.
Yeah, it won't be till it's usually like right around the first week of August. So,
awesome.
It's a big camp for us.
So in your eyes as a coach, what makes a great teammate?
I mean, I think there's a lot of things that go into it, but probably the biggest thing is, you know, when you watch a guy get happy for, you know, when his teammates like almost as happy as when his teammate scores as when he does. That shows a lot. It shows like he cares about winning.
It's funny you said that because I was watching Tom Brady talk the other day, and he said he made sure when he threw a touchdown pass, he made sure he went down to celebrate it with his linemen and everybody to show that we're all a part of this.
I mean, we're playing a team game.
Absolutely.
And, you know, somebody's got to score the points, but it's not like we just give the ball to one guy and then he goes and scores the points.
Team game.
It's always five guys involved, or it's like somebody made a nice pass, or somebody set a nice screen, or whatever the case may be. So, you know, you definitely pay attention to that, and then you pay attention to like we've been doing conditioning, and guys have been struggling, and like the first week we did it, you know, guys were a little out of shape, and as soon as they got tired, coach got on them because they weren't. We go in two groups. Right, and like one of the groups was done, and they were just dead tired. But they won't cheer on the other guys because they're so caught up in that. You know, myself being tired.
Right. Yeah.
But you know, when you see guys that are tired as hell, but they're still cheering on their teammates, and they're picking their teammates up. They see when a teammate's
absolutely
up or down.
Yeah.
But you also see like during the games, like watch our bench. Like we literally talk to them about it. We work on it, but
that's the cheerleaders.
Whatever
right?
we do, right? Yeah. I mean, whatever we do, positive, whether it's scoring points or just getting a steal or getting a rebound, taking a charge, guys getting up and getting excited for that stuff, because that stuff is you got to work really hard to do it. So you got to celebrate it when it does happen. But it also another thing about being a great teammate is like, forcing your teammate to come into the gym, like, let's go get some extra shots up, or if if he's about to be late, or like make sure that he gets there on time, right? And be able to, you guys you're gonna have some arguments. You're gonna go at each other a little bit. That's part of being a family. That's part of being on a team. But being able to have those conversations where, like, I think it was different in our era. We used to go at each other.
It was a little
pretty
different.
hard, whether it was right or wrong. Yeah. But I mean, we would go at each other, but at the end of the day, we were fine. We were cool. Like once practice was over, once the argument was over, we always seemed, and we got in some fights. We got in some physical fights.
But it's a brotherhood fight, though, right?
It's just when you're that competitive and you want to win. That stuff's going to happen. So, it's okay to have those disagreements, but are we going to put that aside and move on the next day and realize that we're on the same team instead of, we're going at each other every day.
So have that consideration and that thick skin, right?
That's one of the great things about sports. Yeah. That's not easy to do. And it's extremely competitive, not only to beat the other teams, but it's competitive to get minutes within your own team. Absolutely. That's part of the deal, especially at this level.
Sometimes it takes a little time too, right?
It does. It's always a process. Some guys just naturally have chemistry quicker than others. Yeah. But when the real chemistry happens, it's after a loss or after a big win or after, a tough conditioning day. That's when maybe sometimes they team up against coach, like, man, what's coach making us run so much? But then you might have one guy be like, because we need it, or they might all be upset about it, but they come the next time we condition, they come ready. They get the message, and they know good players know deep down they want somebody to push them, and they know when the coach is not pushing them and is taking it too easy on them. They know in the back of their heads, they're like, we're not going to win this way. Right.
It's always an obstacle, right? Yeah.
I mean, human nature is like, I don't feel like running. I don't feel like practicing hard. I don't feel like doing this. But you still do it anyways because you do feel like winning. I think the best players know that.
Right. They say to learn how to win, first got to have lost first.
Yeah. I mean, it's part of it is you're going to face adversity, whether it's a loss or it's having a bad shooting day or it's having a bad defensive day. How do you respond to it is what really matters.
Like we said earlier, I think some of that off the court stuff, going bowling together, checking up on each other, come on, let's hit the gym. I think all that plays a part.
It does. It does, because if you're always in just on the court competing against each other, then that's just one type of relationship. When you get off the court, and like you become boys and you see that you have each other's back, then it's like once we do get on the court, that's my guy. Even though you do this or you didn't do that, but like
you start to understand each other's backgrounds and their stories, and you gain more respect.
Well, that's part of it. Like we do a retreat every year before the season, and coach gets everybody gets a partner, and then say if it was you and I would have to present about you and tell everybody else on the team maybe something that everybody doesn't know about you. Then you have to do it for me, and then we start to learn about each other. But also just being in a different environment, not being on the court or in the weight room all the time. And usually we end up doing something competitive, whether it's bowling or ping pong or cards or whatever it is. But then the personalities start to come out. And it's it's a lot of fun, and
it's interesting.
And we try to eat a lot on the road together. Like team meals where and we do breakfast every morning in the summers when everybody first comes in. So
that's one thing to bring a team together is that food. I guarantee.
You gotta eat. We do a lot of
pre-game and that's nice. So this is Petty. What song can you go forever without hearing again?
Without hearing? So you're saying a song I don't ever want to hear again?
Like stick a fork in it forever.
Some of the songs that I listen to. So when I'm driving with my girls, One way I like to bond with them is I like here, you guys can pick the song, you know, and then sometimes I make them like, you know, you're going to listen to some dad's music too.
Right.
But some of the songs that they come up with, on those, I still let them play it. But you know, like I know a lot of songs that I shouldn't know.
It's a whole new world.
I let them play their songs. But there's some songs that like they come on, I'm like, no, you got to shoot something.
Like automatically.
I can't name them, but I don't know what the name of the song is. But as soon as it comes on, I can tell you what
like, it is. You know it. Like, nope, not this one today.
Yeah. You can choose whatever you want, but except that one. Yeah. Because they'll listen to the same song like 8 times in a row.
Kids are good at that.
Yeah. So
that's funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. This is an often question that I ask on my platform. Discipline or motivation? Which one you feel is more important?
I would probably say, well, that's tough. Because I'd probably go with discipline. Because even if you're motivated, motivation is tremendous, and I think motivation's it's every day. I don't think it's something that you just have every day. You got to find a way to have it. Some days you're more motivated than others, but some, you know, the great ones just they find a way to get to it. But even if you're motivated but you're not doing the right things, you can be the most motivated person in the world. But if you're not doing the right things and you're not focusing on, you know, what you're supposed to be doing, then all that time and effort can only get you so far.
So there's a consistency there, right?
100%. I mean,
like you said, the great ones.
That's the difference between pros. Like I tell our guys all the time, like I was fortunate enough to be a professional basketball player. The difference between pros and amateurs is consistency and mental toughness. And what I mean by that is like pros can miss 10 in a row and still have confidence in themselves.
Right.
Because they've had so many, like you talked about before, they failed, they've lost. Right. But they've learned how to like fight through it, and they have more reps and they have enough confidence in themselves to still ride the wave of, you know, maybe I'm struggling right now, but I know I'm going to get back because I put the work in to know that I'm going to get back there. Whereas amateurs start doubting themselves and start changing things and start. So
instead of falling back on their work,
you have, it all comes back to, it comes back to the work and the discipline of putting the work. Like whether I have the best game of the year, I'm still going back to work tomorrow. Or I have the worst game of the year, I'm going back to work tomorrow. Now, I might even do extra if I have a really bad game.
Right.
But you can't be, I tell shooters a lot, you can't be upset about misses if you're not putting the work in. Like this game is really hard, especially 3-point shooters. There's a reason why you get an extra point for the shot. It's the hardest shot on the court.
Division I basketball. So
you can't be upset when with athletes and scouts, you know, scouting, you know, the other team's scouting you and they're trying to take away what you're good at. So, you know, it has to, it takes the worry out of your performance if you just are like, if you want to be a good shooter, you got to shoot 5 to 6. I tell guys 5 to 6 days a week.
Those shots
sometimes
up, right?
7. You got to put shots up. You got to stay in shape. Your shot has to stay in shape essentially. And so then you're going to get to a point in the season where you may or may not be making the shots you want to make. Maybe I need to work on more shots in the move. Maybe you know, different types of a shot instead of just catching and shooting it.
Right.
You have to get those shots up to keep your rhythm and keep your mechanics. But maybe we need to start, you know, getting a little more specific with what we're practicing.
Quicker release.
Right. So I might need, you know, a defender to start, you know, contesting your shots, so you're getting used to that instead of just wide open shots. Because how many wide open shots do you actually get in the game? You'll get a couple.
Not very.
But most of your shots are, you have to get it off quick, and there's a guy flying at you, and you know, you don't have a lot of room.
Most are contested.
Like, do you practice that way?
Yeah.
And if you don't, then that's why you're not getting the results that you want in the game. So
absolutely.
But there's a, like
you said earlier in conference play too. You know, when you play a team more than once, and they get that scouting going.
Oh, they know.
They know Steve is pulling.
Yeah.
There's your spot over here, right there from the wing.
And now the game is so advanced, though. We can pull up shot charts and say, from the corner, he shoots 50%, and from the top of the key, he only shoots 25. And so, like, let's take away these shots and let's force him this way. And he's better going right, better going left. So, so I mean, that's the challenge of being an athlete. But it's really, you're battling yourself. You have to learn about yourself. I talk to our guys a lot about, when it comes to shooting or anything really, is like, what are you thinking when you're shooting well, and what are you thinking when you're not shooting well? Because if you understand your thought process, then now you can understand how to improve it. But if you just keep doing the same stuff over and over again, you're probably going to get similar results.
That's a good point. Like, so here's where my doubt starts to kick in. I need to kick that away, and I need to know when it comes and what to do.
And that's great. But now, how are we gonna? You know, what works for you may not work for the next guy.
Right.
You know, so the game's a lot more psychological than people would think, especially with shooting.
Absolutely.
So that's a huge part of it. The difference between pros and amateurs.
Yeah.
Their minds are much tougher.
Because like you said, you're going to have those shooting nights. I remember Jordan, Mike went 4 for 19.
He doesn't care. He just keeps going.
He just keeps going. Yeah. You can only hit it or miss it.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I tell one of the guys, like, every shot you have a 50% chance of making it or a 50% chance of missing it. He's like, no, I'm a 40% shooter. I'm like, no, actually, every shot's.
And what I love about great shooters is they could be having an off night. But most of those great shooters, like you said, the professionals, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, Larry Bird, etc., they may still splash them and dash them when it counts.
Yeah. No,
they're usually clutch players because they still locked in.
That's belief. That's confidence. Yes. And that's work.
Yes.
Consistent work, disciplined work.
Yeah.
So, but that's what makes him special.
So, like, he missed 10 in a row, but here he is.
He still thinks he's making the next one.
Ugh.
Whereas the next guy misses 10 in a row, is like frustrated that he can't make it and just like starts feeling sorry for himself or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
That's the huge difference. So, artificial intelligence, how you feel about it? Changing the game?
It's going to change everything. I mean, I'm just going to try. I don't know much about it, but I'm going to try to embrace it. Because it's like I feel like our generation, this generation now, things change so much quicker than like
so fast.
My parents' generation and when I grew up, like everything was so slow, but now it's like it's different, and you got to learn how to adjust to it.
Boom, 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 man.
It's just the way it is.
It's kind of fun sometimes.
No, it is. I mean, everything has its perks. You gotta learn how to manage it.
Everything has its pros and cons.
Yep.
So let me ask you this: no coach on this planet Earth has a superb, perfect record. So how do you define success in life in general?
I mean, it's all about getting better.
Mm-hmm.
If you can look back on your life, on anything, your coaching record, your relationship with your spouse. I'm a parent, now trying to get better as a father, trying to get better as a coworker, trying to get better as a friend, trying to get better physically.
Absolutely.
Trying to get better mentally. That's what really matters. At the end of the day, now, I mean, along with that, if you're consistent, all things we talked about, if you work at things and if you're disciplined, then the accolades will come.
Yes.
And those are great. But I think what makes me feel better is like, even whatever it is. If my goal physically is to, let's just say, I want to gain 2 pounds of muscle, and then I do it, you feel good about yourself.
Absolutely.
Or you feel like you're headed in the right direction.
So seeing a vision is a result of improvement.
But I think it goes the other way too. As you're getting worse, then then you're like, you feel like you're losing in whatever it is. But that's going to be part of it. You have to deal with that. But now just trying to improve. I've always been a big like, I try to be all around or like well.
You are very well rounded. I could tell.
So I appreciate that. But it's to me, it's like fun to try to keep getting better.
Right.
Instead of just like get really good at one thing and like having challenges and then seeing little improvements kind of keeps you coming back. So I truly believe you either get better or you get worse. There is no like staying stagnant. And but like happiness can be defined a lot of different ways, or being successful is everybody kind of has their own version of it.
Own personal,
I mean, it's and that's the beauty of it. Some people love sports. Some people love. I mean, it's whatever gets you going and whatever makes you happy, or like I shouldn't say makes you happy, but like whatever like speaks to you. Yeah. I just always loved sports. I just did, and then
fulfillment.
I always loved working out. I think part of that was I was really skinny, and I mean it helped me become better at sports.
Right.
But even to this day, I still I enjoy getting a good workout in. It helps with stress. It helps with I mean. It helps me to eat those wings that I like to eat, and not have to worry about it. Like there's a lot of good things about it.
You're right about that.
Yeah. So
absolutely, man. That's very well said. Me having you on the platform, man. Your time was very gracious. I really appreciate it. You was bucket list for me. Well, I gotta get Steve on here, man. He's splashing and dashing them. He'll give you 20 or 30 still, man. Hey, I'm telling you. You still hit the gym sometimes? You outshoot the boys sometimes?
I shoot with them a lot.
Me?
I do. Because I think it's important.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help them become better shooters.
Right.
And telling somebody is great, but actually showing them is another level, and then competing against them is fun for me too. I still love to compete, so I still shoot with them a lot. Yeah. And then I'll play in our manager games too. So like before, like the managers and some of the assistant coaches will play against each other, and I love playing. I don't play in all of them because my knees hurt, after. But it's still fun to just to play the game. And so like when we're on the road, it's we get done around like 9 or 10 watching film, and you're just kind of you're just gonna sit there in the hotel room, or I can go get a workout in and go play ball. And so I do that. I wish I could play more.
I was about to say, what do you miss most about playing as a player?
Just playing.
Yeah.
I mean, just playing. It's a great workout, but just I love it. I enjoyed shooting. I enjoyed playing with other guys. I enjoyed just being. I like to do anything competitive, whether it's like you talk about playing pool, playing golf, playing cards.
You like me?
I just like playing games. And not being able to play basketball as much. And then as I got older, it was like I got a little snobby with I wanted to play against other good players that like know how to play instead of dudes that just like you play some pickup games. I would still do it. But I would every
you can fit right in the big three.
That would be fun.
That'd be cool for you,
that's
man.
fun. Yeah.
I like seeing the big three.
I'm too old now. I can't move anymore. But it hurts. It hurts my back and my knees.
Maybe the next day.
But I still do. No, I mean, I'm still going to do it as long as I can. And I would like to do it more, but don't have as much time.
Right. It's fun to still get out there with the boys, though.
Oh yeah, but that's why I like golf, because you can play that until until a lot longer.
It's all in the
still be competitive.
I'll rock with you on some putt-putt or something.
We can do it.
No doubt, man.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate your time, man.
Yeah.
Good luck on the season.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hey, go Colonels. I need me some EKU merch.
I got you.
I got that merchandise.
Man. I'll take care of you. Come down and see a game, man.
I will, no doubt. But let's get the business. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Yo, let's get the business.